Hey guys, I'm going to do this video now, this pickups video. I tried to do it a few times, but you know how it goes, you go to do one and something comes up. But yeah, I'm going to try and do this. I've got a flipping headache at the moment. I swear it's going to turn into a migraine. I suffer from migraines, and yeah, I can see it heading that way. So yeah, but I'm going to do this video. So first pickup, what's Shenmue? Yeah, I got this, and the seller basically said that it could take up to about a month to come through, which I didn't realise until like after I'd bought it. And this was quite expensive, and I was kind of resigning myself to thinking, you know what, I can see why no one else was buying them because of that, because he was like stating that it was going to take so long to come through. And I was thinking as well, it'd probably come in by boat instead of you know, air mail. So I was just resigning myself to, I've made a purchase, I spent more than I should have on it. It was 15-16 quid or something, which is a stupid amount to pay for it, but I'm a Shenmue fan, even though I haven't played the second game yet. And yeah, I just resigned myself to it not coming through basically, and you know that I just lost that money. I was thinking, oh well, whatever, which is not really the way to think about it because it is quite expensive. But anyway, it come through the other morning, so I'm pretty pleased about that. And apparently there's like a lot of different things in it because it's like a demo that only came out in Japan. And yeah, apparently it's got loads of different things in it. Like there's a lot of people in there that when you go up to speak to them, they're like, oh sorry, I don't speak much Japanese and all this that, which is quite weird. And then a lot of there's like some different characters in there that weren't in the main game, and then there's characters in there that maybe speak different or they're wearing different clothes and stuff. So it's really worth kind of like, you know, just having a go on it and just looking at it. The other thing with this is it is a demo, but I've heard that you can spend hours and hours on it just doing whatever. But at the same time, if you know where to go, exactly where to go and what to do on it, it takes you about 10 minutes thereabouts to complete. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting playing this, and it's all in Japanese obviously because it only came out in Japan, as you can tell. Oops, nearly knocked that off. Okay, so next up is I managed to get this game, Clockwork Knight 2. I'm not a fan of Clockwork Knight games, I really aren't. I don't know why. They are good games, and if you have got a Sega Saturn, then you have to play Clockwork Knight because it's one, you know, it's just one of those exclusive games that it is, like I said, it is good games, but it's just, I just personally just don't like the games. I don't see them as bad games. They're just not to my they're not to my taste basically. Well, I've got the first one and I've got the second one now, and I've heard as well that this game is only like 4 levels long, because Clockwork Knight 1 and 2 is basically one game that they split into 2 and then sold them separately. So yeah, how about that for a developer or whatever, getting more at the consumer. It doesn't just happen these days by the looks of it. Next up is, yeah, I'm sure I've got it. Yeah, Last Bronx. I thought this was going to be, you know, kind of cheesy, rubbish 3D beat 'em up. It was actually quite good, to be honest with you. I was getting quite addicted to it. I mean, the best 3D beat 'em up that I played is probably Fighters Mega Mix. But yeah, this is really good. It is pretty addictive. And when I put it in, I just kept wanting to keep going on it. I don't really like fighting games. I like side-scrolling beat-em-ups like Streets of Rage, Batman Forever, the arcade game, and stuff like that. But you know, these kind of arena, just one-on-one beat-em-ups. I mean, Street Fighter's, you know, pretty damn good, and I really like Marvel's superheroes and that. But I'm just not a massive fan of the genre. So for a game like this to really kind of grab me and make me want to play game after game. It is pretty good. And next up is one that I wanted for quite a while, but just resigned myself to the fact that I'd probably never get it. Is Three Dirty Dwarves. This is a side-scrolling beat 'em up, but it's absolutely tough as nails. It really is. Granted, I didn't put it on the easy setting, but I only put it on normal, and it was kicking my ass. It is really, really hard. But luckily, as far as I can tell, you've got quite a lot of lives, so you can keep going like over and over it. But bloody hell, it's really tough. I really like the graphics in it as well. It's just, I'll have to do the gameplay video of this one. I mean, everyone talks about that one side-scrolling beat 'em up thing on the Sega Saturn. What's it called? Guardian Heroes. But there are like quite a few others, this being one of them. I'd really recommend picking this up, but it really is like a hardcore beat 'em up game, really. These two are unusual ones that I picked up. First up is Eve Burst Error. Basically, it's an interactive anime, basically. That's essentially what it is. The graphics are really nice. The anime cutscenes are particularly really good on the Saturn. But basically, the game consists of pressing the A button over and over and over again. Occasionally, you get to like choose like what location you want to go to, but that's just essentially you just use the D-pad, select where you want to go, and again press the A button. It's the same with like if you get the chance to select what you want to say to one of the other characters, use the D-pad, select what you want to say, and again press the A button. So this game, it is an interactive anime, but really in terms of doing anything on there, it just consists of pressing the A button over and over again. I think it's one of those just genres that are just really kind of unique to Japan. The only kind of, I suppose we had an equivalent back in the late 90s with the, all the FMV games, but they kind of died a death. Like, you just don't get those games anymore. Well, people debated whether there was games at all. But like I said, this is an interactive anime, so yeah, it wasn't. I didn't pay that much for it, but just one of those games I wanted. Next up is Evangelion. Basically, this again is an interactive anime, exactly the same as the other game, but obviously different kind of anime story series thing. Just pressing the A button over and over again. This one seems to have a bit more choice in it of what you can say and where you can go. I wish I could understand Japanese. I'd say if you're studying Japanese and you're in that intermediate level, then these are probably going to be really good study aids. Basically, if you really want to kind of dive into Japanese and get anything you can to help you study, and you're at that like intermediate, higher, advanced level, then these are going to be really good to kind of help your Japanese. But as a gamer and wanting a game to play games, they're not really games, they're interactive animes, but kind of unique in a way. Because like I said, next don't get them over is it. Prince of Persia. I remember when this came out and people had pretty mixed feelings and thoughts about it. I kind of like the look of it, but I weren't going to spend all my money on it. I've never played the Prince of Persia game, and I really need to play Sands of Time, because that's the one that everyone recommends that you play, basically. But I really like the look of the graphics on this. I really like games that have that graphical kind of style, and even though this is meant to be kind of dumbed down a bit in terms of gameplay, I don't know, it kind of appeals to me. But the biggest reason I picked it up, it was £5. So, I mean, a fiver, can I really argue with that? No, I can't, so I picked it up. So I will give that a whirl at some point. Next up, some DVDs. This is K20, or I think it's Cajun 20. Basically, I wasn't expecting much with this film, but it turned out to be really, really good. Um, it's a kind of I can't get my words tied here. It's a bit of a mash of different genres. Basically, it's an action film, and the Second World War has never happened, and it's kind of like Zorro meets the Phantom meets a bit of Dick Tracy. I don't know, it's really weird. I'd really recommend it. Obviously, it's a Japanese film, and it's about 2 hours long. Brilliant film. Next up is this big collection I've got here. It is the Takeshi Kento collection. Now, this guy, I think when he's acting in films, he's beat Takeshi, and when he's directing in films, he's Takeshi Kento, or it's the other way around. I'm not really sure. But these films here, he starred in and directed, and he's just an amazing actor. Obviously, it's Japanese. Just a fantastic actor. I remember seeing him in Zutachi, and obviously he's in Battle Royale, and he's just an amazing actor, really, and director. The films on here, I don't know if you can see that on camera, is Violent Cop, Boiling Point, A Scene at the Sea, Sonatine rather, Getting Away, and Kids Return. I've only watched Violent Cop and Boiling Point, and those films are just bloody awesome. The thing that really stands out about those two films that I have watched is that when towards the ending, what you think is going to happen doesn't, and he really, twists like the story. Oh, it's just amazing. I really would recommend this. It was on Amazon for 15 quid for probably about 2 months, and then they hiked up the price again up to about 30-35. So, but even at that much, I'd say it's worth getting. So that's that one anyway. And lastly, I got 71 Into the Fire. Now, this is a Korean War film based on the Korean War. Basically, it's about this platoon of teenagers just out of school. Well, actually, they've just been taken from school, basically, because they need all the bodies that they can muster. And they hold out against the North Korea for about 11 hours, and it's based on a true story. It's not quite as good as this Korean War film, again based on the Korean War, called Brotherhood. Brilliant film, I really recommend it. But this is pretty up to scratch. It can match anything that comes out of Hollywood or anywhere else. It's just a brilliant, brilliant war film. The action scenes, especially at the start, are just absolutely epic. Basically, just again right up there with the scenes out of Saving Private Ryan and anywhere else. Actually, the Korean war films tend to be a bit more nitty gritty and in your face, and there's a lot more like hand to hand combat, especially in Brotherhood. Bloody hell, that film. But yeah, I really recommend picking this up. So that's all my pickups, guys, and yeah, I've got a few more videos on the way, so thanks for watching.